As Russian attacks continue to damage power infrastructure in Ukraine, winter cold is tightening, viewers, its grip on Kyiv. With electricity and heating knocked out for long hours, some families are being forced to find shelter in the floor of their small cafe.
This winter, Russian strikes on Ukraine have been unrelenting, and so has the bitter cold. The chill is at times too much to bear, both outside and in. Denis Davydenko asks his 2-year-old daughter, Stefania, if her little hands are too cold. That's because of bundled-up Denis, his wife Yulia, his 3 children, 2 dogs and 2 cats, are often left without heat in their Kyiv apartments. As waves of Russian missile and drone attacks continue to target the city's electricity and heating systems.
For 8 days, we had a situation where we had no electricity at all. That is, it's not like it was on for an hour or two. It was completely gone.
Now, these strikes on the country's power grid are nothing new. But this winter is the harshest of the 4-year war. At night, it can sometimes hit -4 degrees Fahrenheit, making it very uncomfortable for Kyiv's 3 million residents. Some are leaving. Some are forced to brave the frigid cold at home, while others shelter inside giant heated tents set up around the city. But for the Davydenkos, a new routine is leaving behind their space heater and Ukrainian flags in their apartment and heading to the cafe they own. There, they find a generator and often some warmth, along with 7 small pigs with wagging tails, which lend the Piggy Cafe Kyiv its name. It's where they eat takeout food so they don't have to cook or do dishes. As Denis joked to Reuters, household rules do not apply anymore. Our reporters spent 3 days with the family to document how they are coping in the bitter conditions. For the children, the upheaval adds an element of adventure to their lives. It's enticing for customers to visit the cafe, pet and feed the animals, a brief distraction from the stresses of war.
Even after the heaviest shelling, if they come a little sad, they all leave with a positive attitude and say that everything is great.
And when the customers leave for the day and the family rolls out their thin mattresses, the animals offer the family an added benefit.
If we're cold in the night, the piggies will come and warm us up.
They had tried to find somewhere else to rent, but landlords weren't keen on a family of 5 with so many pets. When the young boys, Maxim and Timothy, wake up after sleeping with their family on the floor, they go to school, where there is food and heat. Bathing the children at home without hot water is out of the question. So the family sometimes pays for a trip to the sauna to use the showers. The Davydenkos are better off than many families in Kyiv. Still, they're living amid conflict, and they fight to keep their spirits up.
So that the psychological state of our children is normal, we also maintain this positive tone. Because how else? Positivity gives movement forward. If we sit, cry, and be sad, what can we do? We will freeze in Troyes-China.
The Davydenkos go back to their 12th floor apartment every few days.
Right away, what do I do when I enter our apartment? I go to the radiator. Hello, my radiator. Hello, it's cold.
They collect belongings and do laundry, if the power is back, but it takes days to dry and still feels damp. Their home is some 2.5 miles away from a major thermal power plant, a primary strike target since last year. Russia denies targeting civilians and says its missile and drone attacks are aimed at degrading Ukraine's military. But after a particularly heavy attack on January 20th, almost half of the apartment blocks in the capital lost heating, according to government data. Despite intensifying bombardments, the Davydenkos hope for better while preparing for worse.
No big deal. We will set up a wood stove here. We have a generator.
We have a barbecue. We will bring it here and cook food on the barbecue.
At first, we will use the generator if there's fuel. When there's no fuel,
You know, as I say, we've already left. We didn't like it. We want to live here. That's why we are here.
Kyiv says Russia wants to break the spirit of Ukrainians with repeated strikes on the energy system. But the Davydenkos are staying strong and staying put, having fled to France once already.
the point when we decide to leave Kyiv again would be when Russian troops are 10 to 12 kilometers from the city. That's it. The same as it was in the beginning of the full-scale invasion.
And such defiance is common both in Kyiv and across Ukraine, even as families grapple every day with the challenges of winter and war.